This first set of examples helps you practice translating words into algebraic expressions. They're pretty basic, but they're also very important. And we will begin with a very simple one, which says 7 less than twice a number. Well, the first thing to get used to is that after a while you start to see that there's only so many ways to word things like this. And when you see 7 less, you know that that means that you're going to start with negative 7, which is the same thing as subtracting 7. Or you can think of it as, let me rewrite that, minus 7 is what's implied by 7 less. So then you have to continue reading to see what you're subtracting from. And in this case, it's twice a number, so we'll call that 2x. And so that's our answer. And that's all you have to do for that one. Then on the second example, we are to write an algebraic expression for 11 more than 38% of a number. Well, once again, 11 more means that that will be adding 11. So we just start with 11 plus 38% of a number. 38% of x. And we're not going to leave our answer that way, obviously, but then we translate that into 11 plus, and I would like to see you write your answer two different ways for my own set of reasons. When you see a percent symbol, it really means divide by 100. So write that as 38 over 100, and of means times x. And obviously we wouldn't leave it that way because we can reduce that fraction so that we would have 11 plus half of 38, because we're going to reduce by a factor of 2. Half of 38 is 19, and half of 100 is 50, x. And then that's one of the ways I'd like to see your answer. And then I would like to see you write or 11 plus 0.38x. And be careful with your handwriting that when you write your answer this way, that your decimal is prominent. Now don't get silly and draw me a giant dot, but make it evident that there is a decimal place there, because it's your job to convey that that decimal is there. And your safety net way to write that is 11 plus 0.38x, because if you write the 0, then clearly you are requiring your reader to look for that decimal point. And then in example 3, we are to write the area of a triangle whose base is 6 times its height. Now this is a little more abstract because now it's not giving you a direct expression to translate. It's asking you to apply some prior knowledge here. So as I've mentioned many times, I'd like to see you write any implied formula as soon as you see it being evident in the problem. So from that first phrase, the area of a triangle. And so then what we know about this triangle is that its base is 6 times its height. So that means that the area of our triangle, so we'll put a little implies arrow here, is a of, let's call it a of x, use some function notation here, is equal to 1/2, and the base is 6 times the height, so we're going to replace the base with 6x to represent the height, and we'll come back up here and write height equals x, and then times the height. So we've replaced the base with 6x, kept the height as x, so our final cleaned up version is 1/2, no it's not 1/2, try again, 1/2 of 6 is 3x squared, and that would be your final answer. Then we go to example 4, which asks us to write the expression for the sale price of an item marked X dollars if it is on sale for 25% off. Alright, this is the key phrase here, on sale for 25% off. Anytime you see that, that implies that 75% is left of the price. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working from here to get our expression, which is 0.75 or 75 hundredths x, which would equal, okay, my pen went crazy there, 3/4 x or 0.75x. Okay, try that one more time. There we go. There's your answer. One more of these basic ones. Example 5 says the total cost is, and when you see the word is, you already know that this is not just an expression, this is actually an equation we're about to write. So let's call this C of x, and that's to replace the cost, and now is equals. In fact, let me do this. Let me get that back off of there and try again. So is being the signal that we're going to write an equation. I'm going to start with C of x to name my equation. My function is $57,000 increased by 11%. Okay, so this is 57,000 increased by means I'm going to add to that 11% of 57,000 plus $3.18 for each item, which is what our x represents. So then we're going to clean up that rough cut of our equation to get the next step, which we'll have to go one more time, is going to be 57,000 plus an 11% of 57,000 is 6,270, and then we've still got our plus 318x, and one more step would be to combine our constants for our final simplified form of our equation. So we're going to have 63,270 plus 3.18x, and that would be the correct form for the required expression slash, in this case, equation. And that's the end of our basic examples video.